Oh, hey there, and welcome to the Ope-Eh Three-Way Pro Wrestling Podcast. On this, our episode 48, I'm feeling great. Donnie Pierce, I don't know about you fellas, but it's been a little Ope-Eh summer vacation that we took there. But we are back.
Yeah, it was needed given the fact that we had shows shoved down our throat every week.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
collectively.
And now we're going into another busy month. Well, no, yeah, it's still pretty. I mean, it's busy personally for me. I move this week. I have a wedding next week. I camp the week after that. I have a comedy show the week after that. Then I got my fantasy draft. So it's a busy August.
Oh, fantasy draft.
Well, fantasy draft. That just makes your whole weekend so busy.
Hey, I'm reigning champ. And I'm taking home the gold again.
If you say so. I got to jump in on one of these pools here. There's money to be made.
Mm-hmm. All right,
But to answer your question, I'm doing all right. Donnie, how are you?
I'm fine.
Busy.
No follow-up questions.
Follow-up question? Well, I got a follow-up for you to follow us on social media.
Hell yeah.
X, Facebook.
Nice.
Instagram, TikTok, Dropkicked, and then you can find our podcast on YouTube and Spotify as always.
Yes, sir. What's that? Who are we ducking?
Anyways.
Did you miss the soundboard, Donnie?
I'm just filling the space here, guys. I'm along for the ride. I'm a bit of a passenger right now, so we're gonna
fun episode, man.
Yeah, we're gonna cover SummerSlam, where we got 2 nights worth of predictions, which still works out to less matches than on the average AEW card somehow.
Yeah, even 2 together.
Yeah,
I'm not too keen on
2 nights of matches combined to one overbooked show on the other brand. But anyway,
I'm genuinely like whatever on a 2-night SummerSlam. I feel like we've talked about it for the big 4 PLEs and big 5, even if you count Money in the Bank, it's like besides Survivor Series, it's like the last one that needs 2 nights.
So, and today too, like we have it split 2 days, but we have 6 matches one day and 5 the next.
No, there's 6.
Which is really
there's 6. There's 6.
Oh, did they add one? Had I missed it?
The 12-man tag match. We'll get into that.
Derp.
And the Sammy and Cross match that was just randomly ended.
That was already on there when I said it was 6 and 5 earlier on. That was already booked.
1, 2, 3.
But they added it randomly. It's about this two weeks since Saturday Night's main event. And they just kind of threw everything together.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get into it. We gotta do business first.
Let's get into business on this day. I got 2 things. There's not too much happened this day besides Lance Storm becoming a triple Canadian champion that Donnie wanted me to talk about.
He was not a triple Canadian champion. He was a triple champion in WCW.
Yes, and he made them the Canadian championships.
Yeah.
He just slapped all his Canada shit all over the gold.
Guy, so we're in the pre-show. First of all, he wants to not talk about today's action. We're recording on the 31st of July, okay? So you brought that up now you shot yourself in the foot, because now I'm going to shoot my mouth off. But so this guy, we're filming on the 31st. We were supposed to film last night. Technical difficulties by unnamed people that didn't want to then change the date of what we were covering. Said let's keep the 30th. I'm like, hold on. So there's a Lance Storm becoming triple champion. There's a Kenny Omega beer garden bash out in Japan that you don't want to cover. And there's something else that we'll get into when we actually go through these. There was also a Canadian that he didn't want to cover. And I'm like, I just assume that you hate Canadians.
You already had your day.
We get more than one day, okay? Memorial Day, Independence Day, Veterans Day.
Wow, Ethan Page slaps one bit of leaf on the North American title, and suddenly you think you just own the place.
He is the greatest North American champion of all time, very clearly. Did you not hear the patriotism oozing from him?
It's unfortunate that we haven't had quite as many patriotic North American champions as Ethan Page. So I'll grant him that.
There you go.
You
But
guys, you got a solid hand there, good solid hand there, in Mr. All Eagle. Surprisingly,
Yeah,
putting his
not an
ego
all eagle
aside to
mark.
someone on this podcast said
represent.
he's WrestleMania main event caliber. So like,
Straight.
there,
Damn straight.
there you go. So there'll not be any slandering of Ethan Page on this podcast or any of the other Canadians I mentioned. Well, maybe Lance Storm. He was kind of boring, but
Yeah, but I
anyways,
like
Yeah,
it.
let's carry on with the 2 points we do want to talk about.
2015 WWE Hall of Famer, one of the most prolific heels in the history of wrestling, one of the greatest talkers in the history of wrestling. Roddy Piper passed away. We miss you, Roddy. Rest in peace.
one of the greatest heels of all time. Didn't actually learn he was Canadian until my 20s. Believe it or
Yeah,
not, I thought he'd Scottish, Americanized Scottish this whole time.
Well,
He played the
the
role.
whole thing is Piper in Portland. It was never Piper in Toronto. So
no.
Hmm.
Roddy the Piper was born in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. So that's kind of like
Saskatoon.
Piper.
smack dab in the
Talking like
middle of the
another great
country.
Canadian.
Yeah,
Isn't that where Brock Lesnar makes his dwelling now?
yeah, the
Be-
outskirts. Like
beheading
he's not
bears and
in
all that.
Saskatoon. He's actually just in the middle of nowhere in that province.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Killing
that's that.
things with his
That
bare
fits.
hands.
Yeah,
Yes, that fits.
that's a American man, multi-time champion across many different entities of wrestling and fake or real that decided that Saskatchewan is better.
So you
I
do
think he
claim him as
wanted
a
to live
Canadian now?
as
I
far
mean,
away from people as he could.
yeah, basically. So, and yeah, so
Yeah,
I gotta
Rumble.
imagine he has some kind of citizenship by now if he's lived in Canada this long. Or
Oh yeah.
maybe just his PR
Last year,
status, but
he said he held a Canadian flag and like was Canadian citizen. So
yeah, so anyways. But yeah, rest in peace, Roddy Piper. Guy was great. So many cool matches with him. I remember that Hollywood match that he had with Goldust at
where they
WrestleMania early.
WrestleMania 12, the Hollywood Backlot Brawl, where they showed what was it, the OJ chase.
Yeah,
Oh Christ.
yeah. Oh man,
Yeah, it
that
was the
match was
'90s.
hilarious. And like so many
Yeah.
Piper's Pit segments, obviously, like fucking that turn on Snuka was brought up in the Unreal documentary. If you guys been watching that, so
And they had a really
Just
good
got done with
one.
episode 3.
Yeah, Unreal's been great. I really enjoy it.
so
Anyway, we'll talk about a birthday today for the best wrestler alive, Max Caster. Happy birthday, Max.
Max Caster,
I am not
you
touching
are
the emote button for that
the
one.
best wrestler alive.
Happy
Is he?
birthday, Max. You're the best wrestler alive.
The camera can't. We don't have cameras here, but you can't see the gun being pointed to Brandon's head while he says that. For Pierce, it's voluntary, but Brandon is being forced to say that Max
I
Caster is
think
I
Max
mean,
the best
to be
Caster
wrestler
is
alive.
fair,
fucking hilarious.
I actually was a pretty big Caster fan up until like, the incessant burials. Um, Surprised you didn't, drop comment on how I'm still a Theory fan relative to all that.
I mean, you
But
can't even talk about him. He got written off the TV without being on TV.
yeah, is he injured? Is he not injured? He's been real quiet.
Did anybody say
So
anything about it? Like, did anyone ask, like, Sean Ross
No.
Sapp anything about it, or is he just not that important that they didn't even bother asking him?
Yep.
I mean, some people clearly miss him very, very much.
All
One
four,
person.
But
all four, as per Grayson Waller. Curious who
oh
the
well,
other
yeah,
three are.
Grayson's keeping tally.
Maybe they should listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Number 5. But
Yeah,
not number 6 or 7, just number 5.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, our buddy Wells Mania is number 6. So shout out Wells.
Mm.
Oh yeah, to look alike there.
Yeah, they look pretty closely identical.
Yeah, just trim up the beard and jump in front of a camera, Wells, please. Make me feel a little better.
But
Mm-mm-mm.
there's probably one other moment we probably should cover from this past week, significant to the wrestling landscape before we get into SummerSlam.
Quite significant.
Yeah. Um,
Haven't fully processed it.
are you taking this, Brandon, or you want me to start off?
If you had something in mind, feel free.
So last week, Thursday, Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, also known as Hulk Hogan, passed away. Say what you will about Terry Bollea, but Hulk Hogan is one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time, WCW superstars, just pure wrestling superstars of all time. Without him, there is no wrestling today like it would be. He helped bring it to the national scale as WWE champion in the 80s and still has one of, if not the greatest heel turn when he turned in WCW and created the NWO and created one of the greatest factions of all time. So say what you will about the man, but as a character, Hulk Hogan, rest in peace.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan is
Yeah,
a Rushmore character through and through. Like, if you think of characters in wrestling history, he has to be one of the top four characters, and he might even be number one. Honestly, like his in-ring ability, whatever. His personal stuff, I'm not even
Outside of
getting into
Japan,
that.
if you watch him in Japan, he put his working boots on,
Mm.
but he didn't need to do that in America because America and WWE specifically, it was about pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, but for a
It was
wrestling
about
persona, I would say he's top two in my books, probably even number one on all things considered. The only one I would say that
hmm
holds a candle is The Undertaker as far as like actual wrestling character goes. Um, but yeah,
realistically as two characters that could be on the Rushmore with Hulk Hogan and then Hollywood Hogan. Like both
hmm
characters are so distinctly different and are so distinctly unique that nobody's come close to them.
mm,
Well, and frankly, it's remarkable the fact that in two separate decades with two separate cultural norms, right? You have Hulk Hogan in the 80s, who was emblematic of that era, just starring in movies and had a cartoon made for him, headlined damn near every WrestleMania since its inception up to that point, with the exception, I believe, of four. Um, but then you have his popularity start to wane a little bit. He's getting to be old hack. And then we saw it in documentaries, right? We talked about him here on the cast where he made the money jump and then, he took to heart what the fans were effectively saying about him, and he just decided to say shove it, and then he reinvented himself, and he effectively, along with Austin, saved wrestling in the 90s because you had some bright spots here and there in the earlys, but by and large it was losing a lot of cultural relevance. So for Hollywood to jump in the way he did and create a group that's been emulated innumerable times to this day, which really set factions, I mean, in addition to the Four Horsemen, eclipsed them, in my opinion, set factions on the map in the pro wrestling scene. And Bullet Club's tried, Evolution's tried to some degree. The Bloodline, there, you can even argue that they've emulated the NWO's playbook in many respects, but really it's a one of one group. And when you consider their impact in the broader pro wrestling landscape, um, yeah, I don't think there's going to be another like Hulk Hogan, um,
nope.
to really shape an industry the way that he did. And yeah, controvertible opinion to be sure, controvertible action. He is more human than Hulk, right? But you can't, right, like you said, Pierce, to speak to his character, like you got to bring him up in every single goat conversation, multiple times. So one of my favorites growing up, one of my first favorite guys. I learned about him when he was Hollywood Hulk Hogan because I was poor and only could afford UPN at the time, the free TV. And then I'm like, damn, this guy was in back in the 80s. And I played WCW NWO World Tour. And I'm like, I learned of him as black and white. And then I realized he had this like red and yellow alternate attire. And I'm like, the fuck is this? Like, I had no idea. I didn't have cable. I didn't have the Turner network. So I'm just like, oh, whatever it is, what it is. And then you learn. And then it's like, wow, it just opens a whole new panorama. So again, speaking to the reach and the breadth of his influence. But Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Still can't believe it. Still can't believe it. I'm done
Okay.
talking in case you were.
All right. Pierce, you got nothing else to add?
Um, 3 banger themes for him. Just want to throw that out there. Real American. Yeah, his just general NWO theme, which is one of my favorite just personal themes ever. And then his who who is it? Is it Voodoo Child is the name of the song?
Yeah,
Jimi
Jimmy
Hendrix?
Jimi Hendrix.
Like that's
Yep.
an absolute banger theme. Um, but yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of people text me that aren't even like wrestling fans. So like, hey, did you hear Hulk Hogan died? I'm like, I'm aware. um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, separate the art from the artist. You know, we don't really know. We know enough about Terry Bollea, but Hulk Hogan. You look at his career. If you talk about professional wrestling over the past 50 years, he dominates almost 30 of it. So
Yep.
Mm.
let's
Okay.
talk about SummerSlam.
Yeah, biggest party of the summer. That is this
Even bigger now.
Saturday and Sunday. It's the first 2-day SummerSlam that WWE is doing. It is going to be at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, home of the New York Giants and New York Jets, which makes so much logistical sense, being in New
New
Jersey
Jersey,
and all that.
Jersey, New York.
I never could
Oh,
consolidate that.
New York. It's New Jersey.
Yeah, classic. You can't say they're the New Jersey Jets or the New Jersey Giants. You have to say they're the New York Jets, even though they play in a completely different fucking state.
Yeah, the
Right.
Anyways,
Jersey Jets actually sounds great, in
that
my
could
opinion.
work, but
It's right
Yeah,
outside of New York. So I
well, that's
mean,
like saying Buffalo. You could just may as well say it's in Canada, just right outside there.
there's a point to be made
Huntsville.
there.
Anyways, each night has 6 matches on the card. We'll break down night one, Saturday's card first. I'll just kind of go in order of, I would say, significance of these matches. So we'll start with a singles match between Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, where if Karrion Kross wins, Sami Zayn has to say the words "Kross was right." If Sami Zayn wins, Karrion Kross must say "I was wrong" about Sami Zayn.
The stakes have never been higher.
Never been higher. Good God.
Cross is on a PLE. I'm excited.
Per
He's
maybe
not.
his last one.
It's very possible they haven't said if he's re-signed. Um, that being said, he's not winning on this PLE, but
Well, hold
he's got to
on.
be on it.
He lost in Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
You think he's going to lose again here?
Well, he just got his win back 2 weeks ago. This is the rubber match. I don't think they're going to have Sammy say Cross was right. I realistically think they're going to. This might be. It's very possible this is Cross's swan song from WWE.
So
I
here,
mean,
here's my take on this. If he hasn't signed a new contract yet, sure, then Sami Zayn should probably win this match. But if he has signed a contract, which Cross is not going to actively promote that if it interferes with his story. He's not the type of person to do
right.
that. So if he signed a new contract, him losing here is not going to set off his trajectory on a new contract very well at all.
Mm-mm.
No.
I think this is a must-win match. I would go as far as saying if he does not win this match, he is finished in WWE. It could have it as like a loser leaves, even though Sami Zayn's not leaving, if that was the case. But if Cross loses this match, it's another feud that he would have lost, going backwards on the card again, and then you just bring him back and do what?
Right.
Treat him like R-Truth.
Yeah. He could be Raw's our truth. Or Ron Killings. We're supposed to call him Ron Killings now, right?
No one knows what you're supposed to call him because it doesn't matter anymore.
No, it didn't
Right.
matter after the second week.
Right.
Yeah.
And but
Well,
like
more to the
Every
point.
that's the same scenario you're going to run into with Cross if he loses and you bring him back. So I
what do we
hope they
do?
bring him back. I'm not as big of a mark for him as some. But I
Say
think,
me. It's okay.
yeah,
You
I
could say
mean,
me.
yeah, I will say you. But at the same time, like, if he's happy in WWE and the money works out for him, then he should stay. And then by proxy, he should win. Because I don't think it does him any
Agreed.
favors to lose
And
here.
and on top of that, Sammy can take a loss like 100%. That's the whole point of his character is that he just keeps fighting.
Yes.
And I don't expect a heel turn anytime soon from Sammy, even though for the most part that's kind of what's happened with most crosses. Opponents either win or lose.
Which he acknowledges in canon now
Yeah,
for that
it's
promo that they had.
like he shows their true colors. You know, the devil you don't know, or whatever it is. It's I expect Sammy to win, but you are 1,000% right that Cross should win.
Yeah,
So
this
hold
is
on.
one I
So
see carrying.
sorry, I want to clarify
Go
one
ahead.
more bit before we jump over to you, Brandon. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think Sammy's going to win? Does that mean you don't think Cross is going to return to WWE? Or do you think then that he's just going to be stuck in fucking no man's land again for the next 2 years?
I don't know because the thing is he is getting some of the biggest pops, even in just backstage segments.
And merch
Like
sales and all that. Yeah, that's
he's super over, like more over than most people really think he may actually be. Where he goes from there, if he loses, is really tough to say. Maybe he go. I mean, it seems like they're taking some people who need some quote unquote rehabilitation, saying in NXT. Maybe he goes to
Uh,
NXT and just roughshod on that roster, and
yeah, I will say the
mm,
men's roster in NXT needs desperate help. Desperate
I'd
help.
like to see. I'd like to see Cross
it
versus
does.
Omos. That sounds like a fun match where the two just beat the shit out of each other. Um, but yeah, it's tough to say.
Okay, Brandon, over to you.
Yeah, no, I'm of the opinion also that Karrion should be winning this match. I don't think it hurts Sammy at all. I think he could take the loss. Matter of fact, I think he can take the taint in his character. I mean, I think of like 11, 12 years ago when Daniel Bryan joined the Wyatt family for that brief little bit before, he inevitably and unimaginatively turned back on them. I feel like they could easily I feel like they're eventually going to build Sammy like Bryan, and he's going to get his road to WrestleMania because obviously the Royal Rumble's in Saudi, and we've already expressed our opinions on that and how that could be very easily booked in his favor. Um, I think, and they keep bringing up Sammy wanting to be world champion, not so, subtle hints. I think you run a similar story. I think you could easily run a similar relationship between Brian and Bray in Karrion and Sammy. I
Yeah,
think both guys develop from it. I think Karrion needs this win, though.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
It generates intrigue. It's a prolonged story for him. You can branch it off into other things. He can do his same old shtick. He needs to fix his fucking entrance, though, so he can actually see it on TV. But, you
But you
know,
can see it if you have Netflix Premium or don't live
we
in the
can't all
States.
be Canadian.
No, I don't,
Well, yeah, I
don't you?
don't.
If you have the highest Netflix, you don't get the commercials.
Yeah, but it's not worth the price.
Well, says who? We
I
have the
wouldn't pay
highest
just
Netflix
for.
here. We
Yeah, but
pay.
you guys also have like 2 streaming services for everything. We have 4 million in the United States because they like to take all of our money.
I don't know. I feel like we have as many streaming, well, not maybe as many, but very close to as many streaming services as you do. But that's a different conversation. We have too
Well, you
many.
get to
I will
watch
say that.
PLEs on Netflix. You guys get to
Mm,
watch PLEs on Netflix. We're still on the cock.
Sure, I'm talking about wrestling. Sure, I'm lucky that I have everything all in one place. Don't get me wrong, but like I mean in other elements too. Like every single sports thing is on something else. Like at least you guys have like ESPN that you get a lot of sports
yeah,
content on, and like none of ours we get no sports content on any of our stuff outside of Netflix games,
we have like
right?
TSN or whatever.
Yeah, but TSN is separate from Sportsnet, is separate from Center Ice, which is separate from Sunday Ticket, which is separate from like all this
Yeah,
other crap, and none of it's
sure.
linked to the U.S. broadcast feeds to be able to see like local feeds. Anyways, sports is
Yeah,
not
Something,
great.
something pirates.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I do that, but anyways. So
We at the Ope Three-Way do not condone illegal streaming.
no, we are. We do not wear peg legs and hand hooks. We're not
Yeah,
pirates. We don't support Kyrie Sane here at this podcast.
Canadian piracy laws are different than American piracy laws, so that's
Jeff
all I'll
Bezos.
say.
I will inquire about that one off camera.
Um, next up here, let's do Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Who sounds like he's going to make it now.
He is. He's already back.
Truly.
He's back.
Thank God. Thank God.
I've been on the Jelly Roll is a good thing because it's clear he is a true wrestling fan. He's taking it seriously. People were clowning on him for his black hole slam. Dude's been training for like 3 months. He's not going to hit it like fucking Abyss. Nobody's going to hit it like fucking Abyss.
Nah.
Also, shout out Abyss for his thing in WWE Unreal.
Richard
look like a dick.
Mm-hmm.
By him being the nicest guy imaginable.
Fuck Bruce Pritchard. I am always
in that environment. Very cool. Very cool guy.
Yeah.
Wants the best for everybody.
Yeah, I think Jelly Roll and Randy Orton win here.
I expect Logan Paul to take pin. I don't think Drew should take the pin. I hope he doesn't. I would want Logan to.
Why should Logan and not Drew? I don't understand the logic there.
Just took a pin.
So?
Very quickly. And he just returned.
So did Logan. When was the last time Logan Paul won a match?
WrestleMania. And I don't think he's made many appearances since then.
That's also Drew's last, technically. The last 2 matches Drew's had on TV, he's lost.
Yeah, I mean, they're both in the same boat as far as losses, is my point. So to say one deserves it and the other doesn't really... I don't know if I agree with that, but...
I would be more okay with, I assume, Jelly Roll pinning Logan Paul versus Jelly Roll pinning Drew McIntyre.
Well,
that's mine.
Yeah, I think Jelly Roll's had more engagement with Logan. Like, he did slam Logan Paul through the desk on one of those late night comedy shows. So...
Was it Kimmel?
I can't remember.
Well, Drew was the one who kicked Jelly in the face.
Yeah, see, so he's got to get his lick back on Drew too. Then, so therefore, he probably should. He already had his spot on Logan. Now he needs a spot on Drew, which is pinning Drew.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Does Cardi B factor into the finish?
I doubt.
Oh God, I forgot she's there.
I think she'll factor in one of the women's matches potentially, but not this match.
Yeah.
Didn't actually think about that, to be honest with you, but yeah, I got Randy and Jelly Roll winning here.
Oh yeah, yeah. The faces, I find it hard pressed to believe the faces would lose in this type of match.
Next up, we have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Surprise, this is the third match you pick if you're going in importance. I figure this would be...
I'm going off non-title and title.
Okay. I expect Roman and Jey to win. It's Roman's return. He's got to get his lick back from...
Say return, but like, is he even going to be around very long? I think this might just be a one-off because he's filming Street Fighter in August.
Right.
Yeah.
It's tough to say. He could take a loss. He should take a loss. I think he's still the same character. He has not changed at all. And we've been saying that for over a year now.
You're not getting an apology. Stop asking for it.
I need the humbling.
You're not getting it. That's not his character. You're not going to get it. His humbling is being willing to tag in the first place. That's the humbling that you're getting.
That's a good point. He's got to get his J's back. I know that damn much.
That's humbling too. Guy stole his damn shoes.
Off his feet. I never seen no shit like that in my life. In Detroit, I was like, man, he just deboed his ass.
That's very hood. That's very hood.
Hood as fuck, dude. And and then he brings him into the center of the ring and just puts him right up in his mush. And they're probably fresh out the box, so there's probably no rank or funk in them. But all the same,
Come on, he's a shoey man. We know Bronson Reed's done many a shoey in his time, being from.
I mean, that's fair. You got to give him. You got to give him his Australian savagery, but like, man, like I'm learning things about that man I didn't ever care to.
Guy's been
I
doing
mean,
shoeies for time. Probably him and Grayson probably run shoeies in the back with Rhea like regularly. Like that's just their thing. So they didn't put
uh,
me off as much as it did you because I know that guy probably is taking him backstage if he
oh,
can
it's
and having a beer after.
cultural,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
culture, man. Don't hate on the
No,
culture.
Uh, it's bass backwards, is what I say. Like, you know
Uh,
how in Australia you flush a toilet and it goes the other way? It's
yeah,
kind of like the mindset. Drinking
that's
alcohol out
it's
of a
not just in
used shoe.
Australia that happens. It's everywhere south of the equator, buddy.
What's that? Oh, the flushing?
Yes.
Well, I'm picking on Australia particularly right
Uh,
now because it's
okay.
poignant.
Okay.
you
That's
know
why.
that he's from New Zealand, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was
Close
wondering
enough.
when.
It's close enough, damn it.
He said Australia, and
So,
I'm like, yeah, I know he's from that area of the world, but not technically from Australia.
Oceania.
Yeah.
Oceania.
Maybe the
But
Browns win. I would like to see Braun Breaker pin Roman Reigns. I think that would be the most impactful thing to happen from this match and show that they're really pushing Braun Breaker to the moon. And if they're going to write off Roman, maybe have him get tsunami six
Again.
times.
Yeah, again. I think they did that on Monday. Yeah, I think like so here's the thing, and this will be talked about in another match that we're going to cover in a bit. There's speculation associated to Seth Rollins and whether he's actually injured or not. I would
mm,
say if Seth Rollins is truly injured and out for a notable period of time, then Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed need to win this match.
mhm.
That's the best way I
I
can put it.
think I think they've been actually. I've been more confident in their development. I feel like since that's been out, I feel like them having to sink or swim and really like find things that are noteworthy about themselves, like Bronson with the shoe shit. Like, would he have done that had Seth still been around, or would the spotlight more been on Seth? So, would Bronson be? I mean, I feel like without Seth in the picture, and that's not to speak any ill of Seth's influence or his aura, shall we say, but I feel like when you have Heyman there is pushing these two, and I think it's funny they call Bronson a young gun, even though he's 37, but like he's still new to the main event scene or the burgeoning stardom, right?
He's
So
young like Damian
you have
Priest
these,
and LA Knight were when they were in their early
And
days on the main
Cody,
roster.
and Cody, yeah. But I mean, I think it's good for the both of them that they are getting these opportunities, and I think it lends more to the point, ironically, with Seth gone, that they are the future of the WWE. I don't know that Braun pins Roman in this match, though. I think you could easily have Braun pin Jay, or even hell, Bronson pin Jay. I don't know that Roman necessarily takes the pin in this one
Now, if Roman's
because I
not, I
feel
think
like
I
they.
think the logic there is if Roman's not going to be on TV for a bit, but Jay's still going to be on weekly, pin the guy who's not going to be on TV, then you have an angle there out of it, right?
I
makes
suppose. I
sense.
mean, you could still figure it out, right? Like he can still get the shit tsunami'd out of him, right?
Yeah.
Um, because I think of WrestleMania 42. I'm long term projecting Roman being in the main event of that show against Seth. Should Seth come back, which I think he will. Um, and
I mean, you
then
still got a CM Punk match in there too, though. You don't. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
so how many episodes of Unreal have you watched, Pierce? All five? Okay, so all of you would have seen them talking about who should win the Royal Rumble in 2025,
Oh yeah. Uh huh.
right? So it's it's tough. Like you have CM Punk right there. He needs that main event title match too, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think it's dead set that it's got to be. I honestly think that going into this show, it probably should have been Seth versus Roman because Seth is kind of stuck with the Money in the Bank briefcase that he can't get a title match. CM Punk he put in a title
Hmm.
match, which you are now, which we'll talk about again later. That logically makes the most sense until you do this injury comes up again, whether it's legitimate or not. At least you get potentially some
Well, did you see
intrigue.
what the original plan apparently was? Apparently it was going to be Seth beats LA Knight at Saturday night's main event.
Yep.
And then they were going to have a rematch, and LA Knight was going to beat him at SummerSlam, which would have been fucking massive for
Well,
LA Knight.
now LA Knight's not even on the SummerSlam card, which I guess corroborates that a bit too. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess
This is
on this
probably,
match.
I would say, this is probably the toughest match to call on a card.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know that that's true.
Maybe the night one main event is a little tougher because there's the Seth angle to that, which we'll get to. But again,
there's a couple matches I think on this night one alone that are pretty tough to call.
This
I agree with that.
in my eyes is probably the toughest. I mean, I know I picked somebody pretty quick, but now that we talked about it a little bit and got it out in the open, I don't know where I'm sitting. Like, it's 50-50.
Yeah, and again, like I hate to say like if this is the case, then it should be this. Like I expect Roman and Jay to win, but I'm also of the mind that if Seth's not healthy, they should not win. So.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Brandon wants to see Jay die, so he stops eating.
Not die.
That's a little hyperbolic.
Come on.
I
just don't want him
to.
I just don't want him to yeet anymore. That's all.
He's gone for.
He won't die if he doesn't yeet. He doesn't need yeeting to live.
Next match for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez are against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I do not think this match is easy to predict. I think this match is harder to predict than the other one because you can see a reason why you want to keep the titles on Judgment Day until Liv comes back to have story there with Liv, but they might have actually given two wrestlers that desperately needed something relevant to keep going, and they nailed it with Charlotte and Alexa, I think. So I think this match is very hard to decide.
It's a fun friendly story. Like, it's fun seeing them become quote-unquote friends instead of acquaintances or whatever they said.
Charlotte Flair has not got a pop the way that she did at Saturday Night or at Evolution
in a long time.
Years. She didn't get that kind of pop when she returned at the Rumble.
Nope.
So they've got her in a spot where people actually give a shit about Charlotte Flair. And then you've got...
Well, it's the first time that Charlotte Flair has been given a reason to be given a shit about besides, I'm Charlotte. I'm going to win a title.
And then you combine the person who gets, I say, like the top 3 in pops across the women's roster, and they did nothing with her since they brought her back in the Rumble with Alexa Bliss. Fans want to see her win. They actually have a reason to give a shit about Charlotte. I think Charlotte and Alexa win this match.
I do as well. I would like to see Judgment Day to keep it. I like the Roxanne and Raquel pairing. I think Raquel has been doing very well since she took Kevin Nash's advice. Roxanne's fit in pretty well with the Judgment Day, and they work well as a team. But I think sometimes you got to strike when the iron's hot, unlike a certain company that did not put the title on Mike Santana. And you got to strike. And it's hot right now. Go for it. Give them the titles. And give them a fun run. It doesn't need to be lengthy, but make people care about the women's tag titles. It seems like they're actually putting some emphasis on the division for the first time in a while. So let's have some fucking fun with it.
Yep. Brandon?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a tough call. Initially, I said Rox and Raquel, and I figured it would have been easy because then you maintain the momentum going through until Liv comes back, or like you see this continuation of the Judgment Day with the gold, right? That being said, you gotta do. I feel like the women's tag division does need the continued interest, and I feel like especially with Charlotte getting more and more people behind her, and with Alexa obviously having sustained interest from fans, I feel like you'd be remiss if you didn't give them the belts and you didn't if those two entities being the tag championships and then Char Alexa, if you didn't have them kind of living in this symbiosis where like they're both gradually getting more and more popular. That being said, too, I feel like my thought was initially Rox and Raquel win with Alexa kind of being like the weaker link, and they've had like early teases of like Wyatt Six involvement and shit. Who's to say what that even looks like anymore? If that's even in the cards,
Doesn't seem to be.
right?
Doesn't seem to be at this point.
It can
Right,
happen down the line, but it doesn't need to anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, you
right,
can pull that trigger whenever, right? Like it doesn't seem they haven't since Alexa's return, they have not had a single Wyatt Six tie into anything that she's done. So
right. Which again makes me think like if they're going to do it when, because the aesthetic is still very reminiscent of her time in the or with Bray Wyatt specifically, I
yeah.
should say. So it makes you think that there's still that trigger that they really want to pull. They just haven't committed to like a full character changeover. Um, I don't know. I want to say Rox and Raquel win this one. Alexa eats the pin, and there's some potential development between Charlotte and Alexa that
I
maybe.
yeah, I would go on the other side and say if you want to have something a little different, if you with the champions retaining, actually have Alexa turn on Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean it cuts their angle short, unfortunately. But then I mean, who do you root for? Who do you root against then, right? Like, I mean, you turn
That's
Alexa. I guess you could turn Alexa heel.
she's been before, right?
Yeah,
She was a
It's the
heel
most
both in her
your
scary, spooky gimmick and the goddess before that, right? So
yeah,
I think you got
it's nice to
more.
have a match where whoever wins, there's multiple storylines that could break off of it and can go anywhere and will still be entertaining.
Yeah,
So I'm excited for this match.
yeah. I think
So it's
that's again that's not an easy one to pick at the end of the day.
no, not at all.
And this next one I also don't think is particularly easy to call right now, and that is Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill. And
Mm.
the reason why I say this is not an easy one to call, and I've said this before with the issue with this match being booked, is Jade is currently a face right now. She gets reactions from the crowd, but probably not to the level that they would like her to have. Then you've got Tiffany Stratton, who does get very good crowd reactions as a still more of a face than a heel, I would say. This is not a super
it's
baby
kind of a
face, but yeah,
tweener.
but has been the face in a number of matches since she's been basically every match since she's been champion. Um,
Over
but
200 days now, too.
her title reign hasn't been very good. So
No.
No,
so now you run into this scenario where you have a face champion that hasn't had a particularly good reign, but is still over with the fans, losing to somebody who the company would very clearly want to be in the spotlight of the women's division because of the aura that Jade commands. But you're going to have the fans turn on her completely if
hmm
she
They have
wins.
two outs here. And well, they had a third one, but they pulled that trigger at Evolution and changed everybody's thoughts on this match.
Right.
So they need to turn one of the two heel at the end of the match. This should not be a clean finish. There should be some
no.
shenanigans.
There's
And
a
actually,
there's a third
you
you could
can
turn
kind of do
heel.
that.
You could turn Bianca Belair heel in this,
Um,
Mm. hmm
if
right?
I'm a betting man, I think you turn Jade.
Jade's the easiest one to turn here. I think she's got the most believable heel out of the three of them. I think
Seen
that
it.
we've seen it
We've seen
before. We know it works.
it.
If they give her some, bandwidth on the promo ability, I think she would be a very marketable heel. Um, but at the same time, I think we said it on this podcast many times. We're going to see it again once she's back wrestling full time. Bianca Belair needs something different. We can't
Yeah.
see smiley Bianca Belair being trotted out for 5 straight years. There's no character development there. There's no intrigue there.
There's a reason she was booed at WrestleMania.
She's super
Like-
talented. We are. I'm never diminishing how talented and how gifted Bianca Belair is, and I know we're talking about Bianca in a match that she's not in, but there's no intrigue with her character, and there hasn't been since she beat Sasha Banks.
Yeah, and how long ago was that, you know?
Right? And that was in 2021.
There's 4 years,
one.
no character development.
Mania in 2021, and she's had 0 character development since then. It's boring.
It's the John Cena problem.
Yeah.
It's literally just the John Cena problem.
Yeah.
She is the female John Cena currently.
Yeah. So it's either you're in the situation where, and I'm ignoring Tiffany and all this. I think Tiffany loses. I don't think Tiffany wins this match. But you're in this scenario where you turn Jade because it's the easier thing to do, or you turn Bianca because it's the
interesting and more fun
interesting
thing.
The more thing that the fans might get a little bit more interest out of. But
I mean, I kind of feel that if you turn Tiffany, that's in this context, it's the easier thing to do. I mean, she's already displayed some arrogant heelish tendencies.
She's been a heel.
Jade,
she came to the roster as a heel. You'd be turning
Tiffany
her twice in the span of a year.
Well, now she's definitively heel.
Champion. She's still been heelish as champion. She's just been on the babyface side of things.
She's been definitively heel until she turned on Nia.
And even then, that was pretty heelish to win Wade title. Yeah, the easiest would be to turn Jade. The medium would be to turn Tiff. And the hard and the best option is to turn Bianca and do it after the match. Hopefully they have a barn burner. I think both these women are... Jade's gotten much better in the ring. Tiffany is Tiffany. We already know how good she is. I think it's a power wrestler versus high flyer. Hopefully those two mesh very well. I think Jade should win. I think Tiffany's title run has unfortunately run out of steam. That's nothing bad on Tiffany. It's just it's at an end point.
The feuds didn't work all that well, right? She wrestled Nia 17 times.
The Nia feud was fine for what it was, but the Charlotte feud was a real downer. And even in Unreal, they kind of pointed out. And I want to say, since we're talking about Charlotte, she's looked very good in Unreal, and it's helped build her as a person as well. So,
despite supposedly that one backstage segment being scripted.
Yeah, they didn't bring that up, but they brought up the other one in one of the episodes. So, do with that as you will. Yeah, I think Jade wins, and hopefully we have a Bianca turn. If we have a Jade turn, I'm not going to be mad at it, because we've seen Jade as the heel, as that bitch as she was in AEW, and that character is fun to watch. But they need to do something to make me care about all 3 of these women just a bit more.
Is this where we get the Cardi B involvement? Possibly?
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I makes sense. If it's any match, it's probably this one. Because Cardi B has been... It's either this one or the Triple Threat on night 2.
Yeah.
Well, apparently she's only going to be there for Saturday.
Oh, so if she's only there for Saturday, then yeah, this would be the match to do.
Apparently. She could be there for Sunday, but...
Because she's had social media engagement with Jade and Naomi.
And Bailey.
Yes.
I could see her walking out either Tiffany or Jade in this match too, just for various reasons, right? It's aesthetic and attitude.
I do not see her walking out Tiffany Stratton. I will not lie.
No,
not when you're out.
You don't even think she'd walk her up to turn on her?
Not when. Maybe.
I don't know.
That doesn't.
Like I said, I could see it both ways.
Yeah.
I see it both ways, but.
Do we all agree though that Jade wins this match?
I agree.
I mean, maybe, or else, yeah, Tiffany wins, and then you keep this shit chugging along, right? To prove that the PC works, because that's out in the Ethernet now, right? Tiffany is proof that the PC works.
She's not there's so many that have gone through the PC. Bianca Belair went through.
Yeah, but she's PC. Pure PC.
So is Bianca
Yeah.
Belair.
Charlotte Flair,
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss. It's like
Trying to remember if
Anyone
Bianca
wants to
had,
spin
like,
that narrative is full of crap.
I'll say, did Bianca have any experience at all prior to the PC,
No.
or she had pretty much was just another athlete, right? Until she became Bianca.
She was a hire by Mark Henry for athleticism that he saw in college.
Mm. So yeah, Tiffany doesn't really lay claim to that then as like the upper echelon of PC performance.
Let me just make sure I'm not
But
imagining things here.
Well, we know Jade was also picked up by Mark Henry too. So
yeah, but she had AEW behind her, and I mean, say of
Bianca
that what
Belair
you
has
will.
never wrestled a match not in WWE. Never.
Okay.
NXT, WWE. That
Well,
is all that is on her profile on Profile DB, stemming back to 2016.
well, there it is.
there you go.
Yeah.
And they gotta stop overlooking Bianca then. Maybe that's part of her heel turn is that, well, I don't know. I feel like she is, like, I mean, it's crazy, right? Like, how many times do they bring up that she's been like the longest reigning WWE women's champion of the last, what, 30, 40 years or some odd shit like that? I don't know.
Mm.
I feel like maybe just me. I feel like she gets overlooked a little bit.
She hasn't been in the title picture for a bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Mania.
She was tagged. Yeah, she was there. She won the Elimination Chamber and had that like month and a half. But outside of that, it was always like tag division stuff for her for a good chunk of the year.
Which
Right.
did help with her reactions, but then as soon as she got put back into that main event scene, it didn't help. So
No, she still got
Got
booed.
it,
They,
got
that
it,
was, they
got
didn't want her to win because there was no. You had an opportunity to change your character as a result of Elimination Chamber, and they didn't, and people didn't like it as a result. But anyways,
Yeah.
Let's talk about main event night one, assumed main event.
assume main event of night one. Gunther defends the World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk.
I think
Which was a tentative main event for night one of me.
I think CM Punk is going to win. We talked about it. That promo this Monday was good. Was it a CM Punk barn burner? Absolutely not. If it's a CM Punk barn burner, we'd be talking about it for the next 6 months. I think it's something that this feud needed, but they've only had 2 weeks to build this, which is not enough time to build a world title feud in my eyes. Again, it's with how late Mania was. They had to squeeze everything. The big thing about this match is if Seth is hurt, which we haven't heard anything since he said he had to go get another MRI. What was it, 2 weeks ago? So who knows? Which is weird that we haven't heard a single thing. So that makes me think it's more of a work. If Seth's not hurt, I think he would cash in on Punk. And if he were to cash in on Punk, I'd kind of want Punk to break Drew's record for shortest time, just so Drew can rub it in his face, because that'd be funny.
Yeah, I mean that to me makes sense. I think CM Punk does not leave SummerSlam night one the World Heavyweight Champion. Doesn't mean he doesn't win the match. It doesn't mean he doesn't win the match. He could very well win the match.
Does, I think it's a bad thing. I think Punk is champion for a amount of time isn't a bad thing. You got one of your most popular superstars and one of your biggest legends.
Seth's not dead. Seth's not dead. He said CM Punk's not winning any championship over his dead body. Seth's not dead. He's just injured. So
his knee might
comes hobbling out behind Punk. Wham!
I mean, he did it. He did it at Mania 41 or Mania 40. Sorry,
Yeah.
hobbling his way.
Hobbling is a strong term for what he was doing.
Torn meniscus and all, just
yeah. So like he's
three-legged man in the world's biggest ass kicking contest. Yeah.
Brandon,
Or one-legged man, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, one-legged, not a three-legged. What kind of men do you?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Listen, it's been hey, where's my soundboard? Anywho, I think Punk wins. I just don't. I don't know. Like, I want to believe that Seth is working us all. Oh, here we go.
Shut up, bitch.
That's what I wanted to say. Anywho,
Now you're setting yourself up because you were the only one talking.
I'm giving you a bit of belated STFU. It's
Shut
you
up,
know what?
bitch!
There, okay. I think Punk's gonna win. I just don't know how he's gonna do it, and
I'm making
I don't
Gunther
know.
tap out to the Anaconda Vice.
Oh, I hope not.
It's known as a burial.
Is there any deserts in the New Jersey area?
Yeah, the Jets' playoff chances have been in the desert.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's a lot of places that you can
Hell yeah.
find to bury bodies in New
Yeah.
Jersey. Yeah, Punk wins. Don't know how. Don't know why. Don't know how long he'll be champ.
We need more you tapped out chance to Gunther because clearly he loves those.
Yeah, clearly they didn't let that go from, WrestleMania, which has now been like 3 months ago.
Yep.
But
Where he
That's
was buried, right?
yes. Yes, he was buried as
yes.
per the podcast. That's
Yeah.
night one. Night two, we'll get into these quick because we're already pretty deep into our first hour here. Six
Right.
six matches, all title matches. So
Nope.
I'm gonna start from the bottom of this list, which even though it's on the bottom, I strongly believe that this is going to be the match of the weekend, and that is a six-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Wyatt
God.
Sixes, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy defend against Andrade and Ray Phoenix, DIY, Fraxium, the Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits.
So, I think either Fraxium or the Wyatts are going to win. I don't really care who wins. I honestly don't give a fuck. This match is going to fuck. That's all that matters. This is going to be a car crash in the best possible sense. I guess shout out to Vince McMahon because he just got into a car
Oh
crash.
God, I am so excited for this match. Like I hate I'm actually getting goosebumps. I'm like The Rock, walking onto the set on Raw, just
Slapping the
yeah.
arm.
You see that?
Slapping the arm.
You see that hair up on my arm? It's blurry. You can't see it, but like I am excited.
It's just so thick.
Of all the matches, there's 12 matches on both nights. To actually sit and watch a match happen, I'm fucking excited about this match. I can't even remember the last time. Like this is that we've been asking for this match for months. There's been a lot of tag teams involved. There's even been some others that aren't actually in this match, and the Garzas and Pretty Deadly. But we've been chomping for a high stakes multi team match, and to get it here in a TLC match, this match is gonna fuck. Like there's too much talent in this match for it not to fuck. And I can't wait to watch. This is going to be the match of the weekend. This is going to be the tag match of the year.
There's already been technically one 5-star TLC match this year with 3 of these tag teams in it.
Yep. That match
I got 3 more.
fucked. Right? Like
Are
that
we going to
match
see
was
another
great.
prosthetic leg? I fucking hope so.
Yeah, someone's losing a limb. 12 fucking teams. That's a straight up demo derby. I think the Wyatts come out on top in this, though. I think they brought them back. I think it'd be poor booking if they brought them back after all this time and then, have them win the belt and then strip them off immediately. Granted, it's effectively the Wyatts against the entire SmackDown tag team division. And that's how they've kind of been building this too, right? I mean, it's tough because Fraxium obviously have been true to your testament, Donnie. They've been giving A1 performances every time they're in a ring.
Bangers.
Right.
They're
Yeah,
best in the
absolute.
world right
Best
now.
tag team
It's
in the
not
world.
even
Fight me on it.
SmackDown's
No,
tag division is fucking great this year. Let's
Yeah.
just be happy about that a tag division is fucking great again.
Yeah, both tag divisions. I mean, SmackDown clearly, clears Raws, but Raws isn't slacking too bad either. They're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. I mean, they don't have a match on the card, but I digress. Well, and you mentioned Pretty Deadly and the Garza. So Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince is injured. I believe, still. And then the Garzas are actually defending their AAA tag titles on SmackDown this upcoming Friday. Against who, we don't know.
I'm
But
hoping one half of that tag team is Mr. Iguana.
yeah. Yeah, no, that you're not wrong. We've been clamoring for that since Worlds Collide.
Well, he was on
They've
Shout out
already
to
talked about
He was on
get him up to the
AAA's
main
show
roster.
last
Fuck it.
weekend and had a very memeable spot on that show. I don't know
Oh,
if you guys saw.
I gotta watch that back. I saw a memeable spot, but it wasn't from Mr. Iguana.
It was Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice specifically. But
Ay, 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 ay. El Grande Americano. Who knew he could
yeah,
sing
you know
so
what it is, but
eloquently?
I'm not watching it. So
yeah. But all
I'm
right,
sorry.
so
Listen,
I think the Wyatts retain here.
yeah, I think they have earned that. And it's going to be, yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to contribute to that too. Like, they have a very chaotic style, which I think in this match will be fucking perfect.
Yep.
They're
And
going to show
they
the
have
fuck out.
one of the best ladder match experts in the world in this match in Ray fucking Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Phoenix and Andrade are going to kill some motherfuckers too. That
Apparently
much I
Andrade is getting
can
a push. That's I've seen reports on Andrade is going to be
They've
getting
been
a
saying
push
that
soon.
forever.
No, they haven't. I don't
give him
recall
his
seeing
swagger
much,
back.
but
He needs his swagger back.
you need
That's
something.
how they do that.
Next up for the Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio defends against AJ Styles. Now, will AJ Styles be dressed up as a janitor or as a bellhop or as a valet or as a religious person or as whatever? We don't know. But
Playing the part of
Needs to be
Johnny
dressed up as
Sins.
the referee and scare him at the start of the match.
yeah,
That being said, Dom wins. I don't have much else to say. This is going to be a fun match. I'm excited for this match too.
yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun match. I think Dom wins here too. There's more gas in the tank here for Dom. He hasn't had how many title defenses has he had? Two, one,
Wait,
not many.
Octagon.
Penta and Octagon.
Hmm.
The
Penta and
junior,
Octagon, yep.
the Gon Juniors.
Yes.
Yep. Yes, the Shapeleys. I don't know who to call for this one because frankly, like, I mean, AJ was standing tall on Raw, so it makes sense that Dom would win, and obviously Dom's super over. Um, but then too, AJ winning the match would be fine because I mean, it sounds like anyways, and based off his appearance, we're talking about being fucking over. Dom showed up leading into Triple Mania or Triple Mania for AAA. And he's in a fatal four-way match for the AAA Mega Championship featuring Hijo del Vikingo, Grande Americano, and Dragon Lee. There's a very real chance they could put a strap on him
That match is also
come August 16th.
Yeah, that match is gonna fuck
Huh?
too.
Yeah, that's going to be a fucking beast of a match. Dragon Lee's already so underrated as it is. El Grande Americano, this extended version of him
Well,
is fucking
hold on.
wondrous.
Are we getting the extended version, or are we getting the bruiserweight version?
Well, I don't know if there's separate versions. I
the
think
same
you
person.
get kind of. I think that little
The same person the whole
little
time.
Eagle Americano is kind of like the syndrome to like El Grande's Mr. Incredible, right?
Uh,
He's like an apprentice. He's like Batman and Robin. He's like literally a bird, like a robin, and short. So he's a perfect sidekick.
would you say he's like kind of butchy?
I mean, it's hard to tell with a mask on.
Hmm.
I mean, he's very stout. I'll give him that. He's he's very bruiserweight shaped, if I do
Yes.
say so.
Seems that
Can I
way.
give you some reasoning on why AJ is not winning this match, Brandon?
Sure.
Because there is a PLE coming up in just a few weeks called Clash in Paris.
Sure.
And basing on who I think is going to win the probably guaranteed main event of this night, that person is going to need an opponent. And you know who's super over in Paris? Because he's le
Mm,
phenomenal. La la la
yeah.
la. La 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 la.
And
He has one
they've yet to
last
have a
match.
match. But then losing the Intercontinental Championship to Dominic Mysterio, I don't know necessarily qualifies you for number one contendership for the WWE Championship.
I would agree.
Maybe not. But, I mean, they could build that story very easily.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they could build any story with, that gentleman who you're referring to, whom we can't see very, very easily. Will they do it though? Is the question. There's solid reason behind it. It's just the timing is very,
We're
and the
getting a batch
context
of,
just is
just for what
muddy.
it's worth, I know we're deviating here a little bit, but we're getting another batch of European shows a couple weeks before that, right? Raw and SmackDown.
I believe
Probably.
so.
I'm very excited for those. Better crowd.
Oh.
I can skip back
Yeah.
half of work those days.
Midday Raw.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Mhm.
Next up, in a steel cage match for the United States Championship, Solo Sikoa defends against Jacob Fatu.
I love you, Jacob.
But is he going to win?
Yeah, probably. I'd be okay with Solo winning. I think Solo's reign definitely has some wheels to it, but I think well, it's tough to say because they're clearly pushing Jacob to the moon. He's one of a few people that has specific merch to the city they're in now, which is pretty fucking sick for a dude who's only been in WWE for a year. And like we're all on the I love you Jacob train. We're all fucking on that train, ready to go to the moon. So it could go either way. I think it's going to be Jacob though. Whoever beats Jacob, couldn't tell you, but we'll get there when we get there.
See, I'm of the opposite view. I think Solo's going to beat Jacob, and he's going to walk out the fucking cage door by doing it. I think he's going to do some silly heel shit. He's going to go out that door to piss off
Stop trying to
Ventura.
piss off Jesse Ventura.
And the reason I say that also,
and every AEW fan.
And me.
Yeah, see, there you go. Every AEW
now
fan.
I know I literally just said also that losing an Intercontinental Championship match doesn't qualify you to be number one contender for a WWE Championship, but think about who else has specific merchandise relative to whatever town they're in too. And you want to talk about what?
They're not running that match anytime soon.
You don't think so?
That could be the retirement match, but I don't think that's happening.
It'd be a hell of a retirement match.
If it happens.
How many
Equally
more
feasible.
Samoans do we get added to the Samoan Wrestling Entertainment Company? Just out of curiosity.
Lance Anoa'i's on the back burner somewhere. So, and then Zilla showed up in TNA already, so he's on radar. So,
how many more Samoans do we got in the bag?
Well, it depends on if Jacob and Solo's kids are in the crowd, because Jacob has 7, Solo's got like 4, Roman's got 5, Jay's got at least 1,
Jesus
Jimmy's
Christ.
got a couple.
It's crazy.
We might as well make Jace Uso the -1 of WWE.
Can we just have like
Bro.
it become the Samoan Championship? Like just have them fight it all off in their own division. I know you wanted to bring back the Cruiserweight title. Can we just not bring back the Samoan title? Just let them.
What is the Ulafala? Yeah, what is the Ulafala?
That's not a title. That's just
it's not Samoan enough for you?
No, that's your tribal.
It's not Samoan enough for you? Okay.
Chief.
I mean, like a tribal champion, a champion of sorts.
Well, maybe we just get that belt of Roman Reigns' face on it as.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
What do you think?
Yeah, the head of the table.
I heard Pierce was buying one from WWE shop.
You forget that I have to move this weekend?
So you can move a title belt.
To do that.
You put it right up in your entryway there. Just frame that bitch and pow.
That's it. Roman Reigns' face on a red belt.
Sure,
that way we can all remember his face when he's gone filming movies.
Yes. As Japanese demon martial artist named Akuma.
That was a strange casting.
It was a little weird. Cody as Guile is not a strange casting, though. I just hope they crop out his neck.
Cody should have been Cody. He should have been fucking Cody. I don't know how they did pull the plug on that one. It's ready made. He's got blonde hair. Put him in stripes.
E Honda, right?
Sorry?
Hiroki Goto is E Honda, right?
I think so.
He is. Yep.
What a fucking movie.
Oh, it's going to be batshit. I'm curious to see who they got for M. Bison.
I don't think they announced that one.
Yes. Yes. Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson.
In a no
All right.
disqualification, no count out, last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Becky Lynch defends against Lyra Valkyria. If Becky wins, Lyra can no longer challenge for the title as long as Becky is champion.
I think Becky wins.
I think Becky wins due to Bailey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Becky wins due to Bailey too.
And hopefully Lyra's shoes disappear forever.
What was wrong with her shoes?
They're a bit much.
She needs something to show some personality, right? This is all part of her budding character.
You can't have the
She
wardrobe
showed
malfunctions she has every single PLE either, so hopefully she doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that guy at the Rumble who sat next to me when her wardrobe malfunction happened isn't at SummerSlam, because that was weird.
Yeah,
Was it drooling like a bloodhound?
wrestling fans are weirdos, more or less.
Basically, he started chanting, "I am horny" when it happened. I'm like, dude,
Oh,
douche.
fuck. No thanks.
Forever. And not be allowed
Like,
at any wrestling event ever again.
my
Take 200
God.
steps that way, bro. Just put some ice on it.
Oh, what a fucking weirdo. Good God.
Just no
I'm
thanks,
laughing
bro.
because it's so pathetic. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's gross, man. It's like,
No thanks, bro. I'll be Leon Kennedy.
All right, well, so unanimous Becky wins. Okay, that's
yep.
easy enough.
Yes.
Triple threat match, Women's World Championship. Naomi defends against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
I think Naomi's going to win. I hope this is a barn burner. The first triple threat match we've had this year for the women. Well, first and second that we've seen for women's triple threat championship matches have been barn burners.
The second one kind of doesn't count, but I see where you're going with that.
For titles, not specifically world titles, but titles nonetheless.
I thought you were referring to the cash-in that made it a triple threat match.
No, I'm talking about
the Intercontinental
opening for WrestleMania and then the Intercontinental that opened Evolution.
Yeah.
Both of those were fucking fantastic. And so I have high expectations for this. We obviously know Io and Rhea work incredibly well together.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I think Io's taking another pin because Rhea can't lose ever. No disrespect to Rhea.
Rhea can't lose ever.
I know she's the biggest star, and apparently they're gonna push her as the biggest star with Jacob and Braun, even though she's already the biggest star in women's wrestling currently and transcends wrestling even. So, that being said, I think Naomi wins, and then we get Naomi versus Stephanie Vacquet.
Stephanie Vacquet.
Vacquet.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think Naomi pins Rhea. Personally, I don't know, man. Like, she was in the ring with both of them. Naomi was, and she just looked like she was in a class all her own. Like, I don't know if it was just the surprise of both Io and Rhea, or just the fact that they've been not really having to stand on mic skills for anything, and they've just been complacent in that regard. But like, Naomi just made them both look stupid when she was in her first promo on Raw with them.
Naomi's
I thought
got better mic skills than both Rhea and Io. I don't think that's really up for debate prior to this feud, quite frankly, because I don't think Io and
Naomi's up there as best mic workers in the company, let alone the women's division. Like, her promo skills since she's turned has been she turned it up to 11.
I was to say though, that's the thing. Like, since she's turned and they've given her this character, but that's the thing too. You would think with Rhea being slotted for her spot that she's going to be in, you would think that she'd be more comfortable, or would at least be more willing to, like,
promos
I guess,
have never
do more.
been her strongest suit. Just very seldomly. I think the only interesting promo I recall for Rhea was after she lost to Io, and she did that backstage one that wasn't even on TV.
With the self-doubt and everything.
Yeah, and that was like the only one that and then again, nothing kind of came up from that
They took it back the week after, and she's just like, "I'm gonna insert myself in this match because I'm Rhea Bloody
I
Ripley."
signed the contract. See, my name's on it. Like, oh my god.
See, I even put bloody in the middle of my name, so you know it's me.
Yeah.
WWE has some very strange contractual signing practices, but
And
I don't
weddings
know.
and
I think
celebrations.
Everything.
yes,
It's
yes,
WWE.
you're
It's
true.
all fucking
You're
real.
true. You're true. I think Naomi wins it, and I think that they continue the saga of Rhea and Io, and I think they both go off and do their thing for a while, and let Naomi run the show.
Yeah.
And see who else we can have challenge for the belt.
Well, Stephanie Vacque.
Stephanie Vacque, right? But then presumably after Naomi beats her, which maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Who's to say?
Depends on
We'll get
if
there when we
Booker
get
T's
there.
on commentary. Can you imagine the French crowd?
Oh, if they see Booker
we,
T,
We. Ah, it's gonna be off the
haul,
chain.
haul, haul, haul.
And I probably go, oh yeah, right afterwards too.
Escargot flying everywhere.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Croissants. Um, main event.
White flags.
Main event. In a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship, John Cena defends against Cody Rhodes. This is the match that if you don't have Seth Rollins coming back to do any fuckery on night one, there is going to be significant fuckery in night two. I don't
Seth
think
in here will be so much cooler.
I don't think you can pull off a 2-night SummerSlam without having a significant thing happen. And that's one of two
Mhm.
things. That is
The return of Travis Scott.
Seth Rollins, cashing in on CM Punk after he wins at SummerSlam, or having Fiend play over the audio for 20 minutes.
You guys have very different ideas than I have.
Fiend.
I don't want to see Travis Scott. I want to
May I
put that
quote
into the ether. He ruined
Sir
the end of
Travis Scott?
WrestleMania.
Well, they're all about ruining wrestling, right? So
Fiend.
no, but in
That being
seriousness,
said,
I'm not actually thinking Travis Scott coming back. I'm actually thinking The Rock coming back for this match out of the blue. There was a lot of shit thrown The Rock's way on basically everything since post Mania 41. Outside, like they had the whole
well,
sell
just
your soul
remember,
thing.
the final boss is the greatest heel character of all time, according to the
Fucking,
Dwayne.
like he's
It's
good.
up there.
He's not Vince McMahon. Sorry.
No.
Mr.
Mr. McMahon is on a
McMahon
whole
is the
nother
number
level.
one heel of all time.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, well, maybe not in real life, but like close to that in real life too.
No, he hasn't murdered anybody yet, as far as we know. But
He got into a pretty serious car accident last week and
yeah,
almost
well,
hurt a
that's
woman.
not murdering his family. But anyways, I
Fair
think you
enough.
got to have something big, and that would be potentially Dwayne coming back, potentially a Cody heel turn. Potentially a John Cena face turn again as a
Could happen.
result. Like, if Seth doesn't come back in night one to beat Punk, I think you have to, and especially because this match is a street fight, you gotta have shit go fucking crazy in this match.
And Seth could cash in on this match too.
You
And I think
could.
that's the more interesting way to go about it. That being said, no matter what happens, I think if it isn't like it's gonna be shenanigan heavy, but like if they don't do a double turn, if Seth doesn't come in, even if Dwayne comes back, I think the obvious answer right now is Cena retaining. And my reasoning is for the same reason that you think that the Browns are going to win on Saturday, because Cody's got to go film a movie also about a street fight.
In fairness, Guile can be more of a secondary character in general Street Fighter lore, so you might be able to get away with a little less of Cody. It's not like you're casting Jean-Claude Van Damme as an Americana version of Street Fighter this time around. Ryu should be the main character and subsequent Ryu stories.
Cody's theme does not go with everything either.
That being said, he may still be needed on set, so it's hard to say. I think John should retain. I think that since the Punk feud, this reign and this heel turn has finally gotten some good legs behind it, and it's tough to say what's going to happen. I think this is probably like the Fraxium, the ladder match is probably going to be like the best pure in ring match of the weekend. Sans maybe Punk and Gunther, but
or the women's triple threat,
or the women's triple threat, or the Roman and Jay versus the Bronze. That match could be a fucking barn.
That match could be fun, but it's not going to be the best match of the weekend.
And Becky Lyra. Becky Lyra, with the added weapons, they've already put on 3 great matches.
Night 2 is going to be the better night to watch for sure. Just looking at the card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Apparently, that seems to be the normal thing this year for 2-night pay-per-views.
Yeah, stands to reason.
I think Cena should retain. If Cody wins, I'm not going to be mad about it, especially if they do a double turn. And if Seth cashes in, that's the fucking best option they can go with. But we'll see what happens. I think I'm pushing my chips on Cena.
Brandon.
Yeah, I am thinking. I feel like everything's leaning into a double turn, right? I've seen a lot of online talk about focus on the watch that The Rock gave back to Cody. That's from Dusty. Oddly enough, I think what Cody would turn into would be antithetical to what Dusty stood for, which Dusty, kind of being represented in the watch there. So that'll be an interesting little bit. It'll be interesting to see, like, if he does turn heel, like how that's going to continue to resonate when he does come back from filming. John Cena wins. I think he holds it all the way to the end, and I'm going to maintain that from each prediction that we do until he loses it, if he loses it, which I don't think he will. But I think you start to see Cena come back slowly but surely to what we all knew him to be.
Have you seen who his planned final opponent is, according to the sheets?
The sheets? I don't know. It's hard to believe anything that comes in the sheets nowadays, but out of curiosity.
The planned final opponent is apparently Gunther. And if he holds it to the end
fucking way.
For the WWE Championship, I'm fine with that.
Gunther doesn't need to lose another championship to win another championship at that point, though.
No, but I think that's both Goldberg and Cena in 1 year. That's pretty good chip on his shoulder.
You're either going to unify the titles, or you're going to make him lose a championship to win a championship again for the 3rd time in 1 year. That's no. I'm sorry.
If Cena loses to anybody,
Gunther cannot be a 3-time champion in 1 year. That's insane.
Yeah, and he's not the guy to carry that mantle. Like I envision a guy like a Braun Breaker, or a Jacob Fatu, or an Austin Theory.
Braun Breaker.
No. In theory.
Taking your title shot. And
taking that, at least being the guy to beat and retire John Cena. They have to take that mantle and run with it. And, you got that same critique for the guy who's supposed to beat The Undertaker, the same critique for the guy who's supposed to, they did right by having Cody beat Roman Reigns, I guess, in that regard. But if you're talking about the guy who's going to put Cena out to pasture for good, it should be a guy who can foreseeably take that into the rest of their lengthy career.
Braun Breaker.
So, Braun Breaker. I'm pretty sure I said that in our episode. Was it episode 2 or 3?
Yeah,
we were talking about
Braun Breaker. Yeah, it's always been Braun Breaker for that.
Braun Breaker. You can make an argument for Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu's got like 10 years on him. No, I'm sorry. No, he's 10 years older. Give me a break.
Jacob Fatu is only
32. No, he's 32. He's like 32, 33.
Is he? He's that young?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of gas in the tank. And no brakes for that matter.
A lot older than he is.
He's 33.
But you have to remember, he spent time in that box.
Yeah, he's been in the pen.
He is. Yeah, he's 33, so he's 6.5 years older than Braun Breaker. Not.
You wouldn't guess it by how
amount.
It clicked, but
Very.
Very easily could fit the criteria.
Cody's winning this match.
And Austin Theory is not fucking
that's,
retiring.
That's not.
Yeah,
no,
that's
but
not.
Cody's winning this match.
I said in theory.
Okay. Can we stop talking about Austin Theory?
Yes, I would like to do that. What are your thoughts on the match?
Cody's winning.
Okay.
They love to having their trilogy matches, and having Cena win and not having a third match doesn't really work.
Well, they could still have the third match.
You'd have to have you'd have to like definitely have Cody turn after that match if he loses, which I don't know.
I'd be okay with the Codelander.
I think Cody wins.
Cody still does
I think
have
you
legs.
get a third match. I don't think Cena takes the title all the way to the end of his run, because that makes the last match pretty anticlimactic, if you ask me. I do not see John Cena being the guy to walk out with the title. That is not something that he would want. He always has talked about doing what's best for the company in anything that he does, and him walking out with the title at the end of his last run, not going to happen.
But then how do we know who's going to win 18? Because at the end of it, he said he will shake the hand of the guy who will win.
Yeah, but he also said that he'll be around WWE, but not wrestling after 2025.
The jorts are getting hung up.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it is. He wants to be around to shake the guy's hand who wins 18, but it doesn't mean it's happening this year. It means that he will do it at some point.
Fucked up.
Yeah, no, I mean you got Randy Orton's got to do a lot of work. Gunther's got to win a lot more titles. But anyway,
2000 WCW, here we come.
Fuck's sakes. No, Cody wins this match. There's going to be some bullshit in this match. I don't know who else it would be besides The Rock or Seth Rollins. I don't think it would be anybody besides them. But then if you have Seth walk out with the title, I don't think. Huh?
Cardi B.
Well, you said Cardi B's not there on Sunday, so.
They could be lying to us. They've been known to lie.
Incorrect.
Yeah, that's a great way to have it, but
great way to burn a stadium.
Have some fun, boys.
We get a trilogy match out of this, which is what they love to do with their big fight feel things. Yeah, I think Cody wins.
And then goes off to film Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Who's taking the belt with him.
Yeah, he does the exact same thing that, like, if we get a Cody heel turn out of this, which I'm not convinced we will, but if we do, then he just says the same thing. He's like, maybe Cena was right, and he goes and pisses off for a month.
He kind of becomes like Roman in that sense, too.
Right, because I don't think, I don't know, Cena hasn't been announced for Clash in Paris, but he has been announced for Crown Jewel in Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look up Clash in Paris.
Like, that kind of leaves your gap there enough.
Cena is on. This will feature Cena's first and only appearance at a pay-per-view in France.
Oh, okay, so he'll be at both. Okay, so I mean, I just have the line that Cena can't hold the title until the end of his run, because he's not going to walk out with the title, and it shouldn't be a foregone conclusion that he's going to lose the title in his last match. It's my opinion, but
that's fine. It's totally understandable.
Yeah.
I think Cody shouldn't win here.
That's fair. I just don't think you have a chance for him to win it again then, off of Cena.
Well, I mean, they can have a tournament to do a number one contender again, or
that's how we want this one.
There's ways we can
win two tournaments in 1 year. That's just as bad as Gunther having 3 championships.
The greatest tournament wrestler since Kazuchika Okada.
Not my fault that WWE doesn't do any fucking tournaments.
You want 7 tournaments a year? What, should we start doing cash matches too? We got another one of those coming up, don't we?
I don't know. I just like tournaments.
Why doesn't the WWE have a C2 G1 tournament?
It's called the King of the Ring.
Round Robin. That's not a C2 G1 tournament.
A round robin tournament would be interesting in WWE, but I don't think they would logistically want to do it.
It's not sporting enough. You know?
It's not entertainment enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's all we got for SummerSlam. We'll be back next week on our normal day.
Viewing. And I'll be in a new place to record because I'm moving.
Hey, where's my clapping? I gotta get on my soundboard. This thing's getting rusty.
It's the ship has sailed, man.
You know what?
I prayed for this and it happened.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
There.
I'm excited to live alone again.
Rusty.
God. Anything else from anybody before we wrap it up? We're at the hour and a half mark right now, so.
No, I got nothing else to say. We'll see what happens. I'll be at the state fair probably, cavorting in some cream puffs and cows and all that junk. But SummerSlam will be a fun watch.
Flavors of milks that they have.
Oh yeah, gotta get your banana milk. And root beer milk. And Mexican street corn.
Okay.
And fried bugs.
Okay, we don't need to talk about every single food item at the state fair.
It's a state fair. It's the fair at the state fair.
Yeah, but we're not a state fair podcast. We're a wrestling podcast.
Correct.
And
okay, fine.
On that note, thanks for stopping by the Ope 3-Way. Have a beer on us. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.